distractions. So, I don't know. For some reason, I was fine yesterday. I was fine this morning, and then suddenly I just got nervous.
It's the appointment. But this is a good appointment to have. So we're I'm gonna actually project my computer up there so you can see what we're talking about.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
Sure. Oh, and I can grab the tea that I made. Oh boy. I'm glad this is a good appointment because I'm really nervous. I don't know why. It just kicked in. It just kicked in.
Tell me what questions you have.
So, one question I have is about, I'm sure you're going to tell me about the egg retrieval, how it went, what the eggs look like, and what the embryos look like. But I know one of my questions is about baby one that's already frozen. Like, so was it frozen at the stage it was growing? It's not continuing to grow?
Correct.
Okay. What is, so the percentage of when you thaw the embryo, that percentage you said was 95% survival?
95% survival, 90 to 95% survival for blastocyst. We still froze at an 8-cell stage, which is day 3.
Yes.
Okay, so they're still, those are a little bit more fragile. They're a little bit smaller, but pretty good survival.
Okay.
Still.
So it is thawed before it's put in?
It's thawed before it's put in.
Okay. All right.
Are you live on Instagram? Sorry, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah. Everyone loves you.
They do?
Yes, my friends are like, "Oh my God, I see why you love her." And some of my friends said, "I love that she admitted she was wrong. That was just so humble of her."
Thank you. I did. So I tried canceling Kimberly. How many times did I try canceling?
She tried to cancel me like 2 or 3 times.
At least.
One was very clear.
Yeah, one was like, okay.
One was like, let's stop. I don't think I heard her the first or the third time. I know I just heard. When she came in that day, I knew. It was the ultrasound, and then when she came in, because normally it's a nurse, like Emily or Sue or Kelly. And when she came in, I was like, okay, Jennifer didn't say much during the ultrasound. I'm like, okay, something's up. So she gingerly said, so we're going to stop. Yeah. I'm like, no. And it was a good thing that I recorded because I did play the video back. And I said, she said you can continue if you want to, but, it was just advice.
Oh, is that because I was going to ask you what happened, like what made you change your mind?
I played that video back. And you said.
I thought we were done. Because Kimberly's here. I'm like, Kimberly's there.
I could tell by the looks on their face when I walked in.
Yeah.
But in the video, I played it back and you said, you can continue, if you want to. Just to see if it's going to grow, but I think we're stuck at 8 and 9. It's going 8, 9, 8, 9, and all I needed was that little piece of the video that said that. And I said, you know what? These medications are open, they're expensive. I can finish out this box, and just go back. It was a Friday, and I'm like, I can just see if it's still stuck at an 8 and a 9, then that's a clear indicator. So. I was just stubborn in that way.
I'm glad she was, because she definitely proved me wrong. In a good way. I was very happy she was able to prove me wrong.
Yeah. And I was glad that you were still willing to see me, because some doctors could say, no, I won't continue. I won't put my practice at this, level. So
let's walk through it. Right?
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's not projecting for some reason, because I wanted your viewers to be able to see your cycle if you're open to it. This is a cycle summary. This is what essentially happened throughout. So as you can see, we started on day 1. We did something called a poor responder protocol, meaning we started off very strong and we tapered down.
Okay, yes.
And then you can correlate stem day number 1 to what you started off at. So you started off with a couple follicles, and then we were watching them grow. This should kind of go up like this.
Yeah.
But then you see how it went up and then it went down. So I think on cycle 11's when we talked about it's starting to go down, let's stop.
Mm-hmm.
But then we persisted, and then the little magical babies popped out.
Yeah.
So we had 2 or 3 that we could have potentially retrieved. These are what the dots reflect.
Okay.
So now let's go to your retrieval and let's walk through your blood work.
Okay.
So the blood work, we essentially want the estrogen to keep going up. So your peak estrogen was 200 to 300.
Okay.
Each dominant follicle, meaning each good egg, should secrete about 200 to 300 picogram a milliliter per estrogen. So that right there, I know, wow, that's a good egg. Right?
Okay.
So that's why we're like, let's go for it. Let's go get that.
Okay.
So now we go to the egg retrieval data. So we got 2 eggs, what we predicted, 2 to 3 eggs, or 1 to 2 eggs. And then out of that, we see how many are mature. Mature means it's split into half of you. So it could accept half of the sperm. And both of them are mature. Okay. And then we fertilized both of them. We did what's called ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection.
Yes.
So we micro-inject 1 sperm, 1 egg together, and both of them accepted that sperm. Okay. Then we watch them grow out. They both looked good on day 2. Yeah, on day 2. So we said, well, why don't we not risk losing one? So on day 1, they're 2-cell stage. Day 1's the day after. So it's half you, half sperm. Day 2 to 3 divides into 4 cells, 6 cells, and 8 cells. So on day 3, we look for it to be at an 8-cell mark. Okay? So if you look, you were at an 8-cell mark on day 3. So we said, let's not risk losing that. Let's freeze that, and let's let the other one grow and see what the other one does, okay? So then we're growing them out till day 3, day 4, day 5, and then let's see where this one arrested. The other one, it stopped growing, but it got far. So it became a morula, compacting morula, meaning...
I did read about morula.
Yeah, so that means it's kind of started to smush together and to separate into baby placenta and a little blastocele fluid, like a fluid packet, okay? Which is a really good sign, but it didn't separate yet. It's kind of stopped growing at the morula stage, okay? And so we gave it up to 7 days, but it didn't convert, so...
That was a good try,
That was a good try, but we still have 1 left.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, we do.
So the premise or the concept now is now we work on your uterus and we grow your lining, okay? And I know you had asked earlier, why couldn't we have just transferred this? But if you look at your stimulation, I think this is what happened. Your body, you initially developed 1 follicle, but then it dropped, right? So then that's when we said, I was
spotting. Yes.
So that's why
Heavy spotting.
So that's why we were not able to do a transfer, because your lining was not matching up to your embryo. Okay. So now we're working just on your lining. To grow your lining, and then we'll have a targeted date to transfer that 1 embryo. Okay. What's going to be different about this embryo transfer than something that you might read? The national standard is to do what's called a day 3 or day 5 transfer. That's a blastocyst transfer. In your case, this is a day 3 embryo, so we're going to do a day 3 transfer. One option we have is growing out the embryo, like thawing it on day 3, letting it grow till day 4, and then transferring it back on day 5. With that, we still might risk losing it or not developing. I personally don't think we should do that, but I'll leave the decision up to you.
Whoa, okay.
Because, so I usually say I prefer to thaw and put it right back in. Blastocysts have a higher pregnancy rate because they've kind of proven themselves, like been able to separate into baby and placenta. Day 3 transfers, which this will be, has a slightly lower pregnancy rate. Okay. But we froze it on day 3 for a reason, is to get your transfer. So I prefer just to do a day 3 transfer.
Okay, so count the days again for day 3 transfer.
You take 3 days of progesterone, and on the 4th day, we thaw and we put the embryo back in. Because it's already 3 days old, meaning it's completed 3 days. When you thaw, it's going to be the beginning of day 4.
Yes.
So on the 4th day, we put it back into your uterus.
Okay. Meaning it's going to be thawed how long?
At the morning of.
Oh, it's just the morning of. Oh, so you're saying we're not going to thaw it and let it grow more?
Correct.
That's the decision I have to make.
Yes.
And your suggestion, professional opinion, is that we do it the day 3 and not a day 5.
Correct.
Don't let it grow.
Don't let it grow, because your body might have something. The reason we froze it is because we thought that your body can nurture it and not risk losing it like we did
Right.
the other one.
So we're basically going to do what I wanted to do with embryo baby 2.
Correct, but couldn't do because of your lining.
Right. I'm with that.
Agreed?
That's what I want to do. I agree.
Okay.
Yes, immediately.
Okay. So, that being said, this is how, so we just discussed how many eggs retrieved, how many mature. We didn't do the genetic testing part of it.
Correct.
Okay? So this is what ICSI means, micro-injecting a sperm. That's how we know it's mature. It spits out a polar body, so it's only half of you.
Okay.
Okay? The next day when we called you back, it's a 2-cell stage, 2PN. Okay? Then it becomes what's called a blastocyst here.
Yes.
Okay? This is how it looks under the microscope. 2-cell stage. Day 3, it's between 6 to 8 cells.
Okay.
Then day 4 is a morula. This is where the
That's
other
what
one
the
got
second
to.
baby looked like. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You see how the cells kind of start merging.
Yes. Yes.
And then they start separating into baby and placenta. So the inner cell mass and the outer cell mass is what they're called.
So baby 2 didn't do that.
Baby 2 didn't do that.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of got stuck on day 4.
Okay.
Okay. We haven't made it there. This is genetic testing. That's pre-implantation genetic screening.
Right.
And then how it's graded.
Yeah.
So yours, we didn't get here yet, so it's not given a grade. It's at just an 8-cell stage.
Okay.
And then what we do, so they're flash frozen over here. That's called vitrification. They have a 95 to 98% fall survival rate.
Yes.
Right, so far we've been at 100, knock on wood.
Yes.
Okay. And if it looked bad, we typically don't freeze. We tell you, like, we don't think it's going to make
I remember
it,
you did tell me about that. Yes.
past that. Okay. And then how the embryo transfer is going to work.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you're going to come with a very full bladder. So I'm going to use your bladder as a window to guide me and place the embryo.
Okay. That's the 32 ounces, right?
That's the 32 ounces.
Okay.
We give you a Valium, so somebody will need to drive you there and drive you back.
Ooh, I like Valium.
Right? It'll make you feel very happy and sleepy. You're going to rest that day, okay?
Oh, that day. Okay, yes.
That day. You can, as soon as we're done with the transfer, you can walk, you can sit in a car, you can go pee. The embryo will not fall off.
Okay.
Okay? And you can see it, so whoever's driving you can also come in with you, and they can record it for you, or take a picture of me, or whatever you would like. Just
that's when you can see it in the
in a little dish, and we'll give you a picture of your embryo as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully that'll be the first of many.
Yes. Yes.
Usually we have a discussion on number to transfer. Okay, so right now we only have one to transfer, so that's the one we're going to transfer.
Okay.
And then how we monitor, so we've already done this.
Yes.
We're going to monitor the thickness of your lining.
Yes.
Once your lining's nice and thick, we add progesterone. Okay?
Okay.
Progesterone's like a Velcro strip. So your embryo is 3 days old, so you will need 3 days of progesterone so they can align perfectly. Does that make sense?
That makes sense with what you were saying before. I was not in sync with it.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
So now when I thaw your embryo, it'll be starting its 4th day. So on the 4th day is when the transfer will be, so they can align perfectly.
Okay. Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
So the progesterone melts your lining and makes it sticky like honey. And then the embryo lands in the uterus. Okay?
Land, baby, land.
Right?
Okay.
So risks with a frozen embryo transfer or any pregnancy achieved through ART, assisted reproduction. There's a higher risk of identical twins, right? Because it can split, and we're doing a lot of manipulation to this.
Yeah.
Possible risk of ectopic, meaning it doesn't land in the right spot because it can still float and go in one of your tubes. So we monitor you very closely.
Okay.
Okay, so 12 days after is when your pregnancy test will be. In the middle, like a week after we do your transfer, we'll do a progesterone check to make sure that your body's getting enough progesterone.
Okay.
Okay, we do a triple progesterone protocol here, meaning oral, vaginal, and intramuscular.
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
progesterone.
gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That progesterone I noticed made me cranky.
It makes you bloated and feel real hungry.
I was very bloated.
Yeah.
I was hungry, and I had lots of attitude.
Yeah. I can't imagine you with attitude.
You said you cannot?
No, you're too sweet. I told you like the worst of the worst, and you were smiling.
Wow. Okay.
There's also a risk of miscarriage, a higher risk, because now we're forcing everything.
Yeah.
So if we forced in an implant, there's always a higher risk of miscarriage, but we monitor you very, very closely.
Okay.
And what to expect? We've already kind of walked through this. There's a nutrition process.
Yes.
And then once you're pregnant, you stay on the medications for about a month. You stay with me till you're about 8 to 9 weeks pregnant,
Yes.
and then you graduate.
That's gonna be fun.
Right? I'm gonna send you to one of the best of these, who's also my friend.
Yeah, you told me about her. Yes. Okay. So, attitude was, you saw that attitude when I came back. That was part of the attitude.
That was?
When I decided I was not gonna stop.
Oh, I like
You
that
didn't
attitude.
see it, but
No.
it was like, mm-mm.
I'll take it. It's like that.
Okay, I like that protocol. That sounds good.
That sounds good.
So, when so today I'm cycle day 1. So
Correct.
my cycle is officially flowing
Started.
now.
Perfect. And have you
Yeah.
done your blood and ultrasound?
No, I can schedule it.
Yeah, we can actually
You want me
just
to do it today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I
Well,
can do that.
if you're full flow today, I'd like you to come back on Monday.
Oh, okay.
And
Just
then
do it Monday then?
Just do it Monday.
Okay.
Okay? And then I'll let the girls know and then they can start.
Okay.
Both
So,
Emily are here
I'm on the Lupron still.
Still, until
Okay.
I do blood work and ultrasound, we're gonna keep you on the 10 units.
Okay.
Okay, once I confirm that your lining's nice and thin and your ovaries are nice and quiet, then I'll drop you to 5 units.
Okay.
And then I'll start your patches and your pill.
Oh, patches in the pill.
And
Okay.
you'll grow your lining for about 2.5 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll do
Okay.
the transfer. So we're basically mimicking your cycle. So
Right.
two and
Okay,
a
I
half
see
weeks
now.
is when you ovulate.
Yeah.
Then once you ovulate, you get pregnant. That's
Yeah.
when the embryo gets put back in.
I get it now.
Get it?
Yeah. So we're actually mimicking the actual
Cycle.
cycle. Okay.
Yes. Any
Okay.
questions?
No. So my cycle is usually like 4 days.
It'll be pretty
4 or 5
consistent.
days. Oh, it'll be right. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
It might be a little heavier though, because of
That's
this.
what I was gonna ask
Yeah.
you.
That's completely.
I
normal.
had menstrual cramps yesterday out of this world.
Yeah, that's because there's a lot for your uterus to push out.
I thought so. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this feels different. I actually had to take a Tylenol.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not even flowing, and I
Yes.
feel like,
Yeah, your body's trying to push all of that out.
yeah, I remember that you said I put my reproductive system through a lot, being
Yeah.
on the protocol for 20 days. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe this is what this is. Okay, cool. I got it. All right, so we're looking at 2.5 weeks, you said.
Yeah.
That's not long at all.
Not long at all. As I told you, it goes by so fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna send one of them in and get everything started.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's so
Beautiful.
nice. Thank you.
Thanks so
I'll
much.
see you in a week.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you
let me know if
so
you need
nice
for
anything.
joining in.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Thank
Okay.
you.
Another 2.5 weeks. Okay. I figured I was gonna have cramp. I figured I was gonna have to go along with what the regular cycle is and waiting till I ovulate. I kind of thought that. So, she seems really personable. She is. She's so sweet. I love her. That is so great that you are sharing. Oh, thank you, E. Michelle. Yeah, she's so sweet and dope, isn't she? Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's not like too like technical with her terminology, except for to explain it. She's really personable, like you said. Gosh, I love her. I just really love the way she handles me as a patient. And when I say patient, me as a person, it's not just like just a rotation. I really like her. Well, I guess I was nervous for almost nothing. It was really interesting to see the chart and how baby 1 compared to baby 2. That was kind of sad to see when she said the baby arrested. That was really something else. I actually felt sad for a minute. And
I want you to have to wait because we're not gonna do. I want you to come in Monday for blood and ultrasound.
okay.
Once I confirm that your lining's thin, then we'll give you a schedule for your transfer.
Oh,
Your
okay.
transfer date will be September 5th.
Wow.
You ready?
Heck yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
All right,
Let's
thank
get you
you.
pregnant.
Yes.
So you can make an appointment for Monday morning.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, so I'm ready. I'm free to go now?
You're free to go.
Okay, great. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Wow. That was pretty. Um, wow. It seems far away though. It seems not as quick as I thought, but it's still not bad. Um, what time is it? Oh, I need to get to work. All right. Let me gather my things. Get to work. And I will chit chat with you guys a little later. Smooches. Oh.